He financed and supported the same thing he did with Cassie is the same thing he did with Kim.
I think we have the strongest being. Like, it comes to like a category of who's the strongest being on the face of the earth. It would have to be Black brothers.
Kenny's dead. Heavy D is dead.
Yeah.
Andre Morell is dead. The only two left are Puffy and Al almost.
If you're looking to encounter evil incarnate, simply cast your gaze toward Diddy. The renowned record producer has been implicated in a plethora of unsavory activities, ranging from human and substance trafficking to various forms of abuse. In light of these revelations, fans are compelled to re-examine Diddy's past. One particularly intriguing figure in this narrative is Kim Porter. Kim's untimely passing has long been a source of controversy within the industry, with the many suspicions of foul play on Diddy's part. While these allegations remained unconfirmed for quite some time, recent developments suggest that Diddy may indeed have had a compelling motive to silence the mother of his children. What new evidence did authorities uncover? And did Diddy truly orchestrate Kim Porter's demise to prevent her from exposing him? Let's delve into the details.
Daddy is the king of deception. Every time we was in the party, he was throwing his fucking champagne, his vodka in every picture. He was so we didn't know. We like, yo, he's a great guy. This is a great party. This is a great, yo, give me your clothes. I'm gonna rock it in the video, yo. Sean John sold 400 million. Champagne, this. Boy, the joke's on us. He been doing this for real. And we can't be mad at him. We always gotta use them.
On November 15th, 2018, Kim was discovered unresponsive at her residence in the San Fernando Valley area of the city. Emergency services were summoned, and upon their arrival, she was pronounced deceased at the scene. Kim's sudden passing at the age of 47 left her 4 children and the world in a state of shock. The notion that someone as young and seemingly healthy as Kim could succumb to pneumonia seemed implausible to many. According to Diddy, Kim had been battling the flu for some time. A few days prior to the fateful incident, she had entrusted him with caring for their children. Little did he know those would be her final words to him. Initially, the circumstances surrounding her death were cloaked in mystery. However, an autopsy report soon shed light on the situation. Medical analysis revealed that Kim had passed away from lobar pneumonia. Despite the official explanation, skepticism lingered, and for good reason. To this day, Kim's death remains a contentious topic, with Diddy at the center of the controversy. Diddy and Kim's relationship traces back to the late 80s when they first met at Uptown Records, where Kim worked as a receptionist. At that time, Kim was married to singer Albie Shore, with whom she exchanged vows in 1989, only to separate in 1990, paving the way for Diddy to make his move. Recalling their initial encounter, Diddy reminisced in a 2006 interview with Essence, revealing his admiration for Kim's beauty and presence. He recounted, "The first time I saw her, she was at the studio with her ex-boyfriend, singer Albie Shore, the father of Porter's oldest child, Quincy. I wasn't trying to holler at her or anything, but I was admiring her. Her energy and thinking, I wish I had a girl like that." Their romantic relationship began in 1994. 3 years later, Kim became pregnant with their first son, Christian, in 1997. However, it appears that the prospect of fatherhood overwhelmed Diddy, leading him to swiftly exit the relationship and dive into a romance with Jennifer Lopez in 1998. Diddy and Jennifer quickly became the talk of the town, solidifying their status as a power couple.
That fall, Puffy hit the papers again, this time because of his romance with actress Jennifer Lopez. The media couldn't get enough of the glittering pair.
It's truly unfortunate that Kim had to learn about Diddy's new relationship through social media, just like everyone else. One would expect that as the mother of his child, Diddy would have been more upfront with her about such significant developments. However, Kim displayed remarkable composure and maturity in the face of this situation, choosing to calmly move forward with her life.
What I absolutely love about Kim Porter is back in the day, when Diddy left Kim Porter for J-Lo, Kim Porter supposedly didn't even react to it. She caught pictures of him, like online, with him and J-Lo, and they were out at like clubs and parties together. And that's how she found out he was cheating on her. And apparently she said nothing. And that ate away at Diddy. Supposedly, he was just waiting for Kim to react. He wanted her attention, and she just wouldn't give it to him.
When asked about Diddy's new relationship, Kim expressed her perspective, stating, "That relationship wasn't real. The world just saw the bright lights and the camera, but I knew what was really going on. He was still in love with me. He was calling 50, 60 times a day. Sometimes I wouldn't even talk to him because I was so angry. I couldn't be nice, Kim. I had to be, that B word, like this is not going down." Kim's words shed light on the complexities of their situation. It's worth noting that Kim's reference to Diddy calling her 50 to 60 times a day might be an understatement. According to Gandil, Diddy allegedly had people follow Kim throughout his relationship with J-Lo, suggesting a level of obsession or surveillance that went beyond mere phone calls.
We would leave Jennifer's house. He would call a babysitter. If Kim was out on the town, we was going to every spot in New York City that the babysitter thought she was at. Do you hear me? Even when he wasn't dealing with her, he wanted complete control over her life, over what she did and how she did it. So that's not hard to believe. And plus she was way younger than Kim.
Wow, man. And me looking at this lawsuit, she say that, Diddy, he forced her to do drugs. I mean, she for a time where, Diddy gave her a blue pill, and later on she found out Diddy was ecstasy.
That's one of Diddy's MO. I know a former record executive during the time that they gave Donna Ross that anniversary in California. One of his former record executives met with him. And I guess she was trying to pray with him or whatever. But he tried to give him a pill. That's his MO.
That level of control, if true, would indeed be considered extreme. Mark Curry's claim that Diddy bugged Kim's phone suggests a disturbing desire to dominate every facet of her life.
If a man would go out his way to wiretap someone's phone or put taps in their homes just to monitor their conversation, that's a sign of insanity. So when you see someone doing that, you can imagine everything else they do. What do you think he's gonna do if he found her on the phone talking to someone and feels that she's cheating on him or somebody sleeping with his girl? What you think he's gonna say? "Ooh, I caught you. Ooh, I heard this." Nah, he's gonna come in with it's gonna be a fight. If that's something that you've seen from the inside, when you're on the inside looking out, it's like looking at Blueface and his girlfriend always arguing on TV, they toxic relationship. So when you're on the inside looking out, you don't really see them like fighting. You just be like, they tripping. This is their relationship. It's been going on like that with them for years.
When Diddy learned that Kim was interested in another man, he allegedly lured her onto a boat where a heated argument ensued, reportedly resulting in Kim sustaining a broken nose. Staff members on board reportedly heard the altercation in the early hours of the morning. Around this time, Porter filed a lawsuit against Diddy for child support, but she later dropped the case. Following Jennifer Lopez's breakup with Diddy, he attempted to reconcile with Kim in 2003. Despite the previous estrangement, Kim chose to reunite with Diddy. Their relationship seemed to be on the mend, and soon Kim was pregnant with twins. Many observers thought that they were on the path to becoming a happy family, leading to expectations that Diddy might propose marriage. Despite their relationship, Diddy and Kim never married, leading many to speculate that Diddy had commitment issues. However, Diddy clarified his stance in an interview with Essence magazine, stating, "I know she deserves to get married. It's not a reflection on how much I love Kim, it's that I'm just learning how to be a good boyfriend. When I'm finished with this step, I'll move on to the next." In hindsight, it may have been for the best that Kim never married Diddy. Rumors suggest that Diddy treated Kim much like he treated Cassie, his subsequent girlfriend. While Kim never publicly discussed any mistreatment behind closed doors, it's known that Diddy was disloyal to the core. Just 5 months before welcoming his twin daughters in December 2006, Diddy fathered another child, Chance, with his longtime associate Sarah Chapman. This betrayal proved to be the final straw for Porter. Interestingly, Kim was not taken by surprise by Diddy's confession about fathering another child outside their relationship. Rumors suggest that Kim had hired a private investigator to keep tabs on Diddy. When Diddy eventually disclosed the situation to her, Kim's response was calm and calculated. She recalled, "He told me that he may have gotten himself into a situation, and he may have fathered another child outside the relationship, and I said, 'Really? Well, I already knew. I'm glad you decided to be a man.' I was like, 'Dude, this is so whack. I can't even respect you right now. And for me, once the respect is gone, I'm not even listening to you." Upon learning of Diddy's infidelity, Kim chose to bide her time, waiting for the opportune moment to exit the relationship. When Diddy was away on business, Kim seized the moment, swiftly packing her belongings, including the nursery furniture, and walking out of Diddy's life. Explaining her decision, Kim stated, "I wanted to be dramatic. I wanted him to know I wasn't breaking up with him for 2 weeks or maybe leaving for 2 days."
Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms.
Despite suspicions surrounding Diddy, no concrete findings emerged from the investigation into Kim's passing. Fans worldwide were left to come to terms with her sudden demise. However, for some, like Kim's ex-husband, Al B., sure, the loss was profoundly devastating. Despite their divorce, Al B., Sure, and Kim remained on good terms. Upon learning of Kim's tragic passing, Al B., Sure, was overcome with grief. Rather than the expected public mourning, Al B. Sure took a different approach that stunned the industry, particularly Diddy. Following Kim's death, Al B. Sure posted a photo of himself with Kim, accompanied by a cryptic caption suggesting that Kim had shared troubling information with him before her passing. He wrote, "She sent me this saying life imitating art. Art imitates life. Now it all makes sense. She told me other stuff too. She was running a marathon." Additionally, in a separate post, Al B. Sure seemed to imply that Kim's passing was not simply due to pneumonia, but may have been connected to her being on the run from someone powerful, potentially someone like Diddy. Notably, Al B. Sure mentioned Kim being in contact with the FBI, a detail that, given what is known about Diddy, lends credence to the theory. Let's face it, if there's one thing all the allegations against the record producer have proven, it's that he's capable of the lowest of the low. So if Kim was truly on the run from someone, that someone must have been Diddy. Back then, many assumed that Al B. Sure was simply struggling to come to terms with the loss, which is why he was coming up with these seemingly absurd narratives. However, something truly shocking occurred soon after, hinting at foul play behind Kim Porter's death. Al B. Sure found himself fighting for his life in the hospital due to health complications. Given the timing of these events, many speculated that Al B. Sure was targeted for pointing fingers, particularly at Sean Diddy Combs. To be fair, it's not Diddy's first time in such a situation. He's been accused of being involved in the deaths of others more times than you can count. Remember Tupac Shakur or Biggie Smalls? It's safe to say he's a shark, and anyone who gets too close pays the price. When considering Tupac and Biggie, it's clear that Tupac was seen as the only one threatening Diddy's hold in the industry, while Biggie was viewed as acting out. However, the question remains, What possible reason could Diddy have had for taking out the mother of his children, Kim Porter? For years, a prevalent theory has suggested that Kim was writing a tell-all book to expose Diddy for who he truly was. Having been by his side for 13 years, Kim likely knew more about the inner workings of his business than anyone else.
Told all that shit in her book. You understand? That up and got missing the day she died.
It's possible that Kim planned to reveal everything in her book, which could have been the catalyst for her demise. This theory gains further traction when you consider that Cassie, Diddy's former girlfriend, was able to gather enough evidence to pursue legal action against him. It's plausible that Kim had similar intentions. It's also worth noting that 3 out of the 5 founders of Uptown Records, where Diddy began his career, have passed away. Interestingly, all 3 were reportedly working on tell-all books around the time of their deaths.
You want to know what they all had in common, though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And Al B. Sure was working on the documentary of his.
In a disturbing turn of events following Kim's passing, her residence was broken into, and her laptop, containing all traces of the tell-all book she was reportedly working on, was stolen. If that wasn't suspicious enough, there's more to the story. In 2022, Diddy made headlines when his former nanny sued him for wrongful termination. The woman, referred to as Jane Roe in court documents, was tasked with overseeing the care of Kim's twins, Delilah and Jesse, following Porter's death in 2018. Anyone familiar with the girls' social media accounts can attest to the strong bond they shared with their nanny. However, things took a drastic turn when the nanny requested maternity leave in August 2020 due to her pregnancy. Given the close relationship between the girls and their caregiver, one might assume that Diddy would have readily agreed. Instead, he reportedly terminated her employment, citing her pregnancy as setting a bad example for the girls due to her unmarried status.
Nah, I'm talking about she used to babysit, those Spanish girls used to babysit Kristen. When Kristen was real little, the twins wasn't even nowhere around at the time. So now, check this out. I said, my man, what's wrong with you? He just looked at me. Because I used to have to put her in the cab every Saturday or Sunday morning. Because she'd be leaving his house. And Chris wasn't even there. You understand? Or, you go up in the room, she coming out the room. That's not here nor there right now. Because the chickens come home to roost, we know that. Did y'all see in the paper, no so amalu, no so amalu, after Nigeria, what up with you? So now, did y'all hear in the paper that the babysitter was fired because she told Diddy that she was pregnant? The new babysitter.
What's intriguing is that the nanny claimed to be Kim's niece. With all the facts laid out, it appeared that Diddy wanted to remove Jane because she posed a threat to his empire. As Kim's niece, her allegiance would likely remain with the late model rather than with the music mogul. Thus, she became a potential obstacle that Diddy needed to eliminate. However, Diddy's legal team swiftly responded to the situation, asserting that the claims were baseless and an attempt to extort money by a part-time babysitter who had no actual familial relationship with Kim Porter. They further clarified that Jane's dismissal had been planned and agreed upon long before she mentioned her pregnancy. Despite this, Jane pursued her case. It's worth noting that Al B. Sure, internet theorists and others are not the only ones who suspect Diddy's involvement in Kim's passing. If it were up to Kim Porter's close friend Kamur Lee, she would personally put Diddy in handcuffs. Despite both women adoring the same person, there was no love lost between Kamour and Diddy. According to reports, Diddy allegedly threatened to kick Kamour in the stomach while she was pregnant, showcasing Diddy's ability to shock or disgust. However, Kamour never let her disdain for Diddy affect her friendship with Kim. Upon learning of Kim's passing, Kamour rushed to her house, unable to believe the news. She broke down in tears when she realized that her friend was truly gone. Even years later, Kamour remains firmly on Team Kim. Around the time Cassie filed her lawsuit against Diddy, Lee took to her Instagram to post a cryptic message calling out Diddy, stating, "As you sow, so shall you reap." Additionally, Kamour was adamant about getting the authorities to reopen Kim's case in the past because her gut feeling told her that Diddy was guilty. This shows Kamour's unwavering loyalty to her friend and her deep-seated suspicions about Diddy. Kamour Lee, a close friend of Kim's, is not just a conspiracy theorist spreading rumors for fun. She has deep insights into Diddy's business, having known him since his Uptown days. This makes her a formidable figure to Diddy. It's worth noting that the only person who seemed to benefit from Kim's untimely demise was Diddy himself. However, it appears that Diddy may have celebrated prematurely. Reports suggest that Cassie turned over video footage, a USB drive, and Kim Porter's burner phone to the FBI. There are rumors that Kim met with Cassie shortly before her passing and gave her the burner phone, which allegedly contains video footage of Diddy's infamous EOS. End of story. This development indicates that the ghost of Diddy's past may continue to haunt him for a long time. Fans are urging authorities to investigate the matter further, especially given what has come to light about Diddy. One fan expressed the sentiment, saying, "I don't understand why nobody is looking more into the death of Kim Porter, but they need to be looking into it now more than ever. That whole bad boy crew who has passed away, there's got to be a connection. I really want justice to be served." What are your thoughts on the situation? Do you believe Diddy should be held accountable, considering their revelations about him? Will authorities reopen the case? Let us know in the comment section below.